Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jake, Kill the Noise, back on my Bloodborne shit after a little break. I've been meaning to make, I always say this shit, I've been meaning to make more videos. I at least got one production-oriented video in there. I'm going to do some more of those too, like I said. If you missed that, I'll make sure to link it at the end of this video. It's actually Bloodborne themed as well. I kind of feel like that, I don't know, just trying to link together those worlds of, I feel like I have like these like, kind of like alternate realities that I try to link together. There's like my family life, my music life, and then my Dark Souls life, and trying to pull inspiration and trying to relate all those different kind of modes in my mind together, I find to be kind of inspiring. And you know, maybe that's like something worth thinking about. One of the reasons I like doing these videos, I mean, there's not a whole shitload of people that actually end up watching these. These are more kind of for me than anybody else. I mean, it's nice to know that people are out there watching, but so much of my process as a artist is just trying to find inspiration, you know. Maybe you can relate to that. But I find it to be a really cool way to kind of put your mind in this mode where you're kind of relating things in your life, whether they're, you know, artistic ideas, like, you know, for me it's like relating visual art to music is a big one, but sometimes just, you know, trying to find how the difficulty, sometimes they're like kind of abstract ideas, the difficulty of Dark Souls relates to, you know, the difficulty of making music, or I don't know, the detail in the universe of Dark, you know, Soulsborne universe relates to the detail in the work that you're doing in the studio. Sometimes it's a narrative, you know, and how the narrative of your personal life and the narrative of the story that you're trying to tell, whether it's literal or figuratively in the artwork that you're working on. I think it's a good exercise sometimes, almost in a way, with these videos to kind of like just talk about it, you know, get your ideas out there. I spend a lot of time doing that. Anyone that's run into me on the road, and if you had the chance to talk a little bit, like, I love talking about that kind of stuff, just to process, you know. And believe it or not, like, as much as people might tell you like playing video games might be a waste of time or whatever, I mean, hopefully you don't listen to people like that, but it's just all about what you're bringing to the table, as a musician, as an artist, as, I mean, somebody just trying to have fun. That's where inspiration comes from, in my opinion. It's just being in that mode where you're kind of looking for meaning behind stuff, you know, even if there is none. You know, that's our job, I think, as an artist, is to try to assign meaning to things that maybe otherwise don't have any, or maybe it's more about coming up with a metaphorical interpretation of something. You know, as I've talked about in some of these other series, like, the thing I love so much about the Soulsborne universe is that there's a lot of room for interpretation, and you know, there's parallels you can draw in your life and in your work and all that. But anyway, I didn't talk too much about who we're fighting here. This is Laurence. He's a fucking pain in my ass, man. I mean, of all the bosses I fought in Soulsborne so far, he's the toughest. This is his second form here. That first form, though, is fucking hard. Just believe it or not, his second form is confusing as it looks and chaotic as it appears. He's spewing lava from his entrails and, you know, slamming around on the ground. Really, at this point, if you're able to kind of keep him in a circle around you, he's done for. But that first form is very difficult. He's got a huge range, does a ton of damage. Part of the reason I'm using this whirly gig here is because of how much reach it has. But anyway, yeah, on the technical side of, I mean, at this point, talking about boss fights in the Soulsborne series is kind of dull because, I mean, part of the beauty of this game is that even if you know what to do, it's just so much about getting good and timing and, you know, just dexterity, mental dexterity, physical dexterity. You have to become one with this fucking game, which is, I think, therapeutic in a sense. It's centering, as I've mentioned before. So, obviously it's clear my thing is the Soulsborne universe. My centering, like, kind of break from my other two modes, which is family mode and music mode. I guess maybe the takeaway from all this shit is just trying to find some other kind of muse that can, you know, create some kind of contrast in your routine, and another lens, I guess, to interpret some of the stuff that you're going over, dealing with, getting stuck on. I think it's really healthy, and I don't know. Sometimes it's fun just to watch other people, but as always, I'm just gonna say, if this is interesting to you, you should definitely check out Bloodborne or Dark Souls. I've found them to be helpful. It's like a tool at the end of the day. But anyway, more videos to come. Next thing I'm gonna do is gonna be production thing. I'm actually thinking about doing it with Matt Zoe. We've been talking about it, so keep an eye out for that. As always, I really appreciate everybody out there. And this is just a way for me to say what's up, check back in, etc. Hope you're having a good week, and I'll check you again soon. Peace.